I gotta turn the microphone on. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 06.09.2023. Current time is 05:42 a.m. Eastern Time here on this Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on Twitch, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on Twitter. And good morning to our very good friend and brother veteran Tony D. Tony Tone 72. Salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTTD. Tony said good morning. She's out in the living room. I know you love that, Tony. But we're getting our day started here, and we have the morning coffee here. We have the morning coffee for a good start, a very good start. This week has been a little bit. We're getting that. That was the podcast over there on Spotify for podcasters, audio podcasts, Fireman Rich audio podcast to be exact. We talked about that yesterday. As far as that goes, and the air quality conditions here in this southern tier of upstate New York and New York State for as a whole and stuff like that. And I tied in what we talked about on Wednesday, Tony, the vaping and stuff. I know, it's just like it's an ongoing discussion and stuff like that, as far as the particles and all that stuff. Is it just to put it in and stuff. Don't want to get into that. It's an ongoing discussion, I guess you could say, as far as that goes. But we're getting our day started here. It is Friday, end of the week. We are getting, yeah, exactly, Tony. But we're getting our day started here. Thank God it's Friday, and working towards the weekend. The weekend's here. Tony just has to get through the workday and stuff. I don't work anymore for those watching this on the replay. I am officially retired. I'm getting the golden ticket, and it's coming up on 2 months. I've been away from work now, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it every day. The days go by quicker. I think it's because I'm having so much fun. I'm taking a lot more naps, which I love. I love the naps. I had a 2 hour plus nap going yesterday and stuff. It was great. But we are getting our day started here. We're currently, let's see. Let's get to. How come this mouse isn't working? Huh? It's 47 degrees Fahrenheit here currently where I'm at, and that's what it's reading out on the thermometer outside the kitchen window there, and that equates to about 8 degrees Celsius, and it's about 47. It's 47 across the river there, the Susquehanna, that the weather station there that measures the temperature across the river. Rain showers. We got a little rain yesterday, last night, late, early evening, going into, just not really a lot, but enough to where it's damp out there and it's wet. And actually, the brown spots look like they're turning green. Everything's turning green yesterday, unlike Wednesday. Wednesday was, I call it the yellow day, and I'll get to that. Rain showers this morning with numerous thunder showers developing. We need the rain during the afternoon hours. Everything's dry around here. High is 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds out of the west by northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 80%. The sun will be rose this morning at 5:31 a.m., which is about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 minutes, about 15 minutes ago. The sun rose. It's out there, but we got cloudy overcast, but it's blue cloudy overcast, not the yellow shit that we had Wednesday. Sun will be setting at 8:40 p.m. Later this evening. Our world times and temperatures: Honolulu, Hawaii at 11:46 p.m. They're still in yesterday now. 11:46 p.m. They're still in Thursday. They haven't come into the Monday or the Friday morning. It is cloudy and clear, partly cloudy, partly clear. 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona, at 2:46 a.m. in the morning here or there at clear skies, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Albuquerque, New Mexico, at 3:46 a.m. clear skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois, at 4:46 a.m. clear skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in New York City, the jungle, at 5:46 a.m. currently and local here. We got partly sunny, partly cloudy, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a little cool down there. Across the Atlantic Ocean, the pond, as I like calling it. 10:47 a.m. in Cork, Ireland. Cloudy skies, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, let's back up. I'm sorry about that, Tony. Back up. We're backing up back across the Atlantic. I forgot. He gives me an, hey, Tim Fadden, yo to you, sir. Tony D down in Warner Robins, Georgia. It's currently 64 degrees Fahrenheit there down in Georgia where he's at. High of 87, 63 degrees for the low Fahrenheit, and mostly clear down there. That's good. Okay, we did Cork. Now we're hopping over to Milan, Italy. We're at 11:47 a.m. Partly sunny, partly clear, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, at 12:47 p.m., 106 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny skies. New Delhi, India, at 3:18 p.m., sunny skies, 106 degrees there. It's hot in New Delhi. In Mumbai, India, 3:18 p.m. also, 93 degrees. It's a little cooler there, but they've got cloudy skies. Kuala Lumpur, Kuala Lumpur at 5:48 p.m. We have thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur. It's 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Manila, Philippines, partly cloudy, partly sunny, 5:48 p.m. 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan, at 6:48 p.m. starting their evening. It's cloudy skies, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Melbourne, Australia, at 7:48 p.m. Partly cloudy, partly clear, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and the same for Sydney, partly cloudy, partly clear, and also same time, 7:48 p.m., 61 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as we speak. Now, one of the things, what is it? Wednesday, this week, let's see. One day I didn't really notice it. Tuesday when I traveled, the sun was rising as I was heading up to Syracuse. It was a red ball. You don't really see that normally. I mean, it was like, wow, what's going on? And when I got home, it sort of like was a dull afternoon. Wednesday was the full effect. There's 4 wildland fires. They call them forest. I call them wildland fires. I'm United States Air Force firefighter, so the term is wildland fires out there in the wilderness, and they have a lot of wildland fires up there in Canada, and there's so many. It's just like what happened a few years back out in California and Oregon. The forest fires, smoke was everywhere. Well, this smoke it caught the trade winds, and it brought down south of Canada here in the United States. And from Minnesota, Wisconsin, along the Mississippi River. I've got cousins that live out there, all the way over into New England and as far south, Washington, D.C., if not further. But here in New York State, Wednesday I call it the yellow day, because literally at this time, Wednesday morning, it was just yellow. It just, you went out there, it had this acidy taste, and the air quality was in the hazard. That's the highest level, and it was at 351 parts per million. 351 on the air quality level, and it's unhealthy. That was at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, and that it goes up to 400. Okay, we're pegged into the hazardous zone. Yesterday, it dropped down. We actually went out for a walk, and when was this? This was the 8th. This was yesterday. It dropped down to the unhealthy. It was down to 170 on the meter, and the parts per million was They measure at 215 or 205 parts per million. So it was 170. This morning, I'm happy to report, at 5 a.m., the reading was, say, it's under 100. Okay, anything over 100, it starts to get into the under. It's moderate. It's at 92 parts per million, or 92 on the scale, I should say, the current air quality. So We have, and it's not yellow. Wednesday was just eerie. I posted a picture on my Twitter page of the, the the Binghamton National Weather Service. It's out of Binghamton Airport. They took a picture of the water tower and stuff. It's completely yellowish. That's bad. I've never seen that. That's so we got a great day starting this morning with as far as that goes, and it's good. We just keep. Hopefully, we'll get some wet weather and keep it moist and stuff like that. So Tony's saying hi to Tim, and Tim he's getting his day started there. So. But let's see. Currently, let's see. Our thought for the day comes from a gentleman named Charles Caleb Colton. And this gentleman, he was, I think, because I don't think he's alive anymore. Let's see. Yeah, he passed away back in 1832. He an English cleric, writer, and collector, well known for his extra, he was very extravagant or something like that, I guess, or whatever. But his quote in our thought for the day goes as follows: when you have nothing to say, say nothing. I like that. When you have nothing to say, say nothing. And you don't put yourself in a spot, I guess, right? So that's a good quote and a good thought for today. Something to think about from Charles Caleb Colton. When you have nothing to say, say nothing. Why waste the energy, right? Just move forward to the next thing so you can have something to say, I guess. So there we go. That's a good thought for the day. I thought that was, how many words is it? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 words. I love the short ones. They're great. Just to, let's see, our National Day. Just to go on the National Day, Tony, I haven't watched the replay, but I know Ted was on last night. I caught a little bit of, what's her name? Joy was on there. Rick was on there. What's her name? I can't think of her name. My brain fart. She's out there in California. Joy is down in Tennessee, and then Rick was he's over in Canada or Connecticut, and then Carmen. Jeez, how come I couldn't remember? Who cares? I could probably Carmen is just Rich. You don't remember? I was watching. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was watching parts of it last night. As far as that goes, but I know you were. I saw the alert, and I'll be watching the replay here on Twitch as far as you, Ted, and JoJo on the. He did the late night, I guess, after Carmen's broadcast. Carmen's doing real good. She had a panel of 4 on her thing, so she had another individual there. She was from. She had a picture of California on the back of her thing there, so I believe she was from California, out there where Carmen's at. And Carmen says, "Why does California?" There was one takeaway there that I got to watch the rest of it here later today. She was saying, "Why is everybody knocking on California?" Well, it's California's taxes, and so people are just. I imagine California is nice and stuff like that, but when you got to pay the taxes that you have to pay, and I'm one to talk, I guess, because taxes are really high. But we just live in a rural area where the taxes really fit in. Our village, town, county, and taxes aren't, they're actually all, you add all those up, they're less than the school tax. And school tax, I don't mind paying the school tax because the school that my children went to when they were younger, the school system is a really good school system as far as that goes. They get really a bang for their buck, and it's not that high. Now, if I lived 2 towns over, a town over, 2 towns over, there's no way we could have, I'd be still working right now and stuff like that. So this is the sweet spot where we're living at and stuff. But it was good seeing Carmen. I guess she's on a regular schedule, which is good. And again, just to acknowledge Ted Hicks's late night parenting last night, because he's a straight arrow. I like Ted. I like Ted a lot, and Tony too. I think on Wednesday you went on Nonsensical Nonsense. I didn't see when you're not on. I don't really watch it. I sort of spot check the broadcast as far as that goes. So, but I did broadcast. Um, oh, was it the Lord of the Rings uh, thing? When did I? Well, I did do a Lord of the Rings broadcast this week, as far as that goes, and oh, I should be able to see that on my Twitter line. Let's see, and that might have been Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, that's right. It was Wednesday afternoon because I couldn't go out. We didn't go for a walk. We went for a walk yesterday. We'll go for a walk this morning. So I just stayed in, and I ended up. I was going to broadcast that morning, but the game server was down. The Standing Stone Lord of the Rings game server. It's up there in Springfield, Mass. It's up in Massachusetts. There, they were down for maintenance, so I had to wait in the afternoon. Actually, it came back on at 11 o'clock. But I waited till after lunch, and I was on there, and I'm trying to get to the new. There's a new update. It's called Gondor Redrawn or something like that. Update 36. I can't get. I found out after doing some research. I can't get to that area until I'm up to a level 140. My one main character is at level 129, so I'm looking at that. But there's other areas to explore. That's such a vast game, so that was fun. I can't believe the quality I'm getting on the. Well, yes, I can believe it, but it's really nice knowing that I don't have to worry about the broadcasting anymore and stuff. It's a because just bringing that game as far as the environment and the I think that's one of the good things about Twitch, being able to present that to you all out there as far as that goes. So let's see. Our national day for today is Friday, June 9th. It is the 160th day of the year. It is the 23rd week. It is 40. We are 44% through the year, and we have what's this Coral Triangular? We just had National Coral Day a while back. National Antibody Syndrome Day. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Let's see. National Earl Day. Not sure what that's. Carl or Earl? National Movie Night. That's a good one. Ooh, I like this. Well, I'm not really a rhubarb pie, but this is. I know the missus likes that. National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day. That could be a good one. I like this one, even though it's Disney. Okay, I'm saying this because of old school Disney, not the current day Disney. I'm not. I'm a little perplexed about Disney these days. But anyway, I think Disney is coming out with a new Star Wars. Oh, I can't remember what that character's called. She was training the little guy from Mandalorian, and then she broke off. I can't remember. They got those big things growing out of their heads and stuff like that, and they're supposed to have a spin-off, sort of like Mandalorian. I forget what it's called. Oh, and also next week, Tony, just to let you know, Strange New World starts on the 15th. It drops on Thursday. I don't know if you get. I know you like Star Trek. I don't know if you've been following Strange New Worlds, but that's going to drop. That's going to be interesting as far as where they take that. I'm looking forward to it. I actually almost like that a little bit. Well, the first season of like Picard and Strange New Worlds, it's always good. Mandalorian's pretty good. It's be interesting to see what I think they're getting back on track where he's just going out doing his adventures and stuff. But Strange New Worlds I like because they're getting a little more techy. Tim, fan, I finally got my car back on the road, saving on gas. There we go. Currently finishing season 3 of Discovery. Haven't started Strange New Worlds yet. Oh, okay. Oh, you haven't finished Discovery yet? Wow. Okay, that's a good series. It's sometimes some of the storylines go a little wonky, but I don't know. Gas guzzling truck is. Oh, you park. Okay, you got the truck parked. Yeah, a truck will always. What's the average gas per mile? 14 miles to the gallon or something like that. It's 8 to 14. If you're getting 20 on, you're going on a long trip. That's a good thing. Yeah. So Strange New Worlds, I'm all caught up and stuff like that. Oh, eight. You get eight 8 miles to the gallon. Well, that's bad. Must be a nice truck though, right? What kind of truck is it, Tim? You don't mind me asking. And we'll get back to here to National Donald Duck Day. That's the national day we're gonna go with. National Donald Duck. Chevy 35. Ooh, that's a big. That's well, you're a contractor, so you gotta lug all that equipment and stuff like that. So that's a workhorse there. But if you don't have to use it, why burn the gas? You know. Let's see. National Donald Duck Day on June 9th each year commemorates the birthday of the funny animated cartoon character Donald Duck. Made his first screen debut on June 9th, 1934 in the Wise Little Hen. Hashtag Donald Duck Day. Usually wearing a sailor suit with a cap and a black and red bow tie, Donald Duck most famous for his semi-intelligent speech along with his mischievous and irritable personality. He has appeared in more films than any other Disney character. Oh wow, more than Mickey? Donald was also declared in 2002 by TV Guide as one of the 50 greatest cartoon characters of all time. I could see that. I could see that. That's pretty good. Donald Duck Day. That's good. So actually, it's his birthday then. Would it be, as far as that goes? So so there's our national day. Like I said yesterday, I did the Fireman Rich audio podcast. I didn't do the Rumble bit like I did the previous weekend. I'm gonna alter. I'm not gonna do the Rumble. I love doing the audio on the LG Stylo 5 track phone, Android track phone, and using the Spotify for Podcasters app. It just once I'm done, it takes like less than 2 minutes to post it up. And then I come back and I do the editing. I put a picture up, and I put the show notes, well, the links in the show notes area down below where you click. And it just, that workflow is so fluid that, and in a sense, when I repurpose this broadcast, the workflow, I get it up in less than, I post it up on Twitter after I'm done. And, it's posted the Twitch, I tweeted this out, so, but the link to Twitch, but the repurpose from YouTube, I have it up in like 5-10 minutes, but the audio using the phone, because it's just real quick, and then, like I said, to put a picture, I use the desktop here, and I go into the web page on my Spotify for Podcasters page, and I add the picture, and it's so fluid. It's just I just love it, and it was fun doing that. And the audio, it really means a lot doing the audio. So last week was good doing the Rumble, but I'm doing that Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday or Friday here on Twitch as well as, and then do the Rumble on the weekend. So I'm not going to do it all the time because I want to keep to that audio aspect. And one of the things I'm doing next Tuesday, because this past Tuesday I was on the road, I had to go up to Syracuse, like I said, and I'm back and doing the Mixcloud. So I will do. I'm putting myself out there because I have it on my calendar. The 13th of this month, I will be doing a Mixcloud broadcast, and then I will be doing another one on the 27th. So I got that scheduled. So there won't be no Fireman Rich audio podcast. It will be the Tioga Radio Show from Mixcloud. So I'm trying to incorporate all this to keep it even across the board. And I think that gives a good mix as far as, and you get a good perspective of what this knucklehead is doing on the thing as far as it's simple. It's nothing fancy. And again, I appreciate, again, the people definitely in the chat as far as Tony D this morning and Tim Fan. And there's always a host of others. Friday's not really, I think, what's the biggest days? I think Monday mornings, when I do the Twitch broadcast on Monday, that's when we have the most people in the chat, 6 and stuff like that. So there's people watching as far as that goes on the live broadcast, both here on Twitch and Rumble. Oh, that's Google. Google's got a different icon there. That looks strange. But here on Twitch, also on Rumble. I don't get that many views on YouTube, but it's a place to park a broadcast for archive purposes and stuff like that, which that's its main purpose and stuff. I won't use Twitter or YouTube Live. I love Twitch. Twitch is great. I know there's some people that knock it and stuff. They don't want to do it because they think it's for gaming and all that. It's good. We have a good mix here, and I love seeing Tony D up on the Twitch. It was nice. It was great seeing Carmen. She's starting to get in the mix. Ted D or Ted Hicks, as far as that goes, with and Glick and Jeff on Nonsensical Nonsense. It's always great seeing you guys. Over on the audio front, though, I mean, I'm not one for numbers, but there's something going on there that they're not great numbers. I mean, let's see, several audio podcasts back on May. I'm going back to May 25th. There's like 32 listens. That's huge for me. 32 listens. Usually I get 5 to 10, but they've been averaging anywhere from 23. I don't usually get that type of numbers until when I get into on the audio podcast. When I'm doing the NAPOD audio challenge for the month of November. That's the original audio challenge. There's some bullshit going on this month, but I'll leave that at, I don't have nothing to say about it, so don't say nothing, right? To say about but the numbers, I'm really liking that, and that's since the numbers have increased since Spotify has changed the format, where they, it used to be Anchor, okay, it used to be the Anchor morning audio, but now it's the I didn't want to use Spotify morning podcast audio. I just it didn't sound right for me, so I just kept it as the Fireman Rich audio podcast. I like the word audio. I do the audio. I've been doing it for a number of years, and it's my mainstay. But I'm just noticing I'm having fun on that. And like I said, the audio podcast yesterday, I broke away from telling a good story. I just talked about what's been happening here on with the air quality. It was a little. I would say it was strange. That Wednesday, Yellow Day, was. I'm like, I kept on looking out the window like every hour to see like what's going on. Is it going to be creeping into the house here and stuff? So I'm really loving the Spotify for podcasters, and Spotify. And I say this on all the audio podcasts and stuff. They distribute that to. They automatically distribute it once I post it up and publish it to like 10 other places and stuff like that. I've got like 32 followers on Spotify. And I think that's where the numbers are coming from as far as over there on Spotify. I haven't even accessed Spotify as an account. I just do everything through the Spotify for Podcasters app. And then I get on the web page and stuff like that. It's not even I don't even sign into Spotify. Spotify owns that. They acquired Anchor, and so I'm part of the Spotify family. So I want to say thank you very much for Spotify for providing that, because it's phenomenal and stuff like that. As far as it's almost it just gives me a good warm fuzzy as far as remembering the old Audio Boo days, and now it's Audio Boom. I do listen to some people that are still over on Audio Boom, and it's okay, but it's a paid service. I don't make any money, so I can't, I don't make any money on this, so it's all for fun. And and some of the people I listen to and such that you're not Netflix, so I'm not going to be paying. You don't have to pay for me, It's just like come in, watch maybe a commercial or two, or else don't watch me at all and stuff, or don't listen to me and stuff like that. It's your choice as far as that goes. So let's see, in our world history, let's see, what do we got going on for this day? 50 years ago today, in 1973, Secretariat and his rider, Ron Turcotte, won the Triple Crown, the first in 25 years after finishing the first at the Belmont Stakes. Only 4 horses ran against Secretaria, including the horse Sham, who Secretaria had overtaken late on to win the Kentucky Derby. And the 3 horses thought to have little chance by for beating it back. And there's some sad news coming out of Churchill Downs. It's just there's horses dying down there. I don't know. They over medicating them or something. I don't know. His time for the mile was 1 minute and 34 seconds. Wow, and 1/5, over a second faster than the next fastest Belmont mile fraction in history. That's something. Let's see. The first rocket-powered aircraft design was patented by Robert Goddard, the father of modern day rocketry. He was launching the rockets out there in New Mexico, I believe it was. And again, Donald the Duck made his debut on this day in the Wise Little Hen in 1934, so that's why it's National Donald Duck Day. Let's see. The Federal Republic of Yugoslavia and NATO signed a peace treaty in the end of the Kosovo War in 1999. The Republic, and it's no longer the Yugoslavia. Everything broke up. Everything's broken up. Yugoslavia. I had a chance to drive down the coast of Yugoslavia from Trieste, Italy. And that's where I entered into Yugoslavia, and I drove all the way down to Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik was something. It was nice country. So you could tell it was, it still had the architecture and stuff like that was still sort of that Italian Mediterranean, and even the old structures, this one Colosseum at Split, I guess it was called Split, Yugoslavia on the coast. They had this little Colosseum there, and I went to visit, and it was Roman. It was it was part of the Roman Empire. Very beautiful country. Right there along the other side of Italy on the Adriatic. Let's see. What else do we have here? I didn't have that cue yesterday, but the AP history for today is let's see. In 1870, Arthur Charles Dickens died in Gadhills Place, England. Charles Dickens, his most famous writings, A Christmas Carol. And I've done that play a number of times. We remember doing that play when I was in grade school. When I was in Italy at Aviano, the second time, Air Base, I helped out the safety department because I had this. I was part. It was a production for DWI awareness, and we used the Charles Dickens A Christmas Carol to that type of storyline and it was a pretty good production. We did that 2 years in a row, and one of the years I got what do they call them, a VCR tape. Big tape, because I had a big recorder then. I recorded the thing. I was a stagehand. I loved being a stagehand, so it was pretty interesting as far as doing it. So Charles Dickens passed away. Let's see, what else do we have? On this day in 1940, during World War II, Norway decided to surrender to the Nazi Germany regime. On this day, which World War II history and stuff like that. What's this about the? Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. On this day in 1993, the science fiction film Jurassic Park, directed by Steven Spielberg, had its world premiere in Washington, D.C. on this day. That's pretty interesting. That was a good movie. That was a shocking. Now they're like, okay, the dinosaurs just get bigger with each movie. Yesterday I did watch this YouTube. I guess the actor that plays Luke Skywalker. It was pretty interesting. God, what is his name? I can't. I am bad with names this morning. Um, he was on the CBS morning show as a YouTube talking about, because he's been, you see him, he's in a movie now, he's doing things and stuff, but they talk about um, him being stereotyped, when he tried going, I guess after Star Wars, going on Broadway, and he got shot down his first couple times playing a character, whatever play it was, because we don't need another Luke Skywalker. It's one of those things he's typecast in that character. But let's see, Skywalker. Mark Harmon, yeah, that's his name, I guess, right? Did I say that right? Hey, Jeeves, good morning. How you doing? Jeeves coming in from Edinburgh, Scotland. He had I watched a broadcast there. Did you kiss the Blarney Stone? I didn't watch it all the way through. Mark Harmon, that's who I'm talking about. But he said that, yeah, he was a good character and stuff like that. He seems like a real laid back type of guy and stuff, but very general. Oh, you're back in Canada. Okay. Are you feeling any of the effect? Are you getting any of the effect of the wildland fires that you guys have had up in Canada? You guys have been inundating New York State with the smoke and everything. Oh, we got traffic going through. So Luke Skywalker's character. No, okay. So they're not affecting you. Okay. How come they don't say his name? They just say Luke Skywalker. Who is Luke Skywalker? Let's see. Who played Luke Skywalker? It's Mark Harmon, right? Yeah, Mark Harmon. Harmel. Mark Harmel. I like him. He's a good guy, as far as that goes. So but was the. But he had been. They showed what he played in before and stuff like that. I'm back from the adventure. The ad I was on. Oh, you watched the ad? Okay, yeah. Thank you for watching the ad. I should turn those off. So it was an interesting, some of these characters that are typecast in their roles and stuff like that. He's in a new movie where he plays the wacky father of a police officer or something like that. I can't think of what it was. They talked about it. It was a pretty serious movie, I guess, as far as the violence that was in it, as far as they're stuck in an elevator and they're being shot at. So let's see, what else do we have? But Jurassic Park. Getting back to Jurassic Park, first debuted. Oh, you're still in Scotland. Okay. Oh, you're back from running around Scotland, or you're back from the ad. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so you haven't come back to to Canada yet. So I'm back. I'm still in Scotland. I'm leaving Monday. Okay, so you got the weekend. That's good. It looks from your the broadcast you're doing on Twitch, and for the people watching on the replay, Mr. Twix, Mr. _ Twix, TWIXXZ. Check out his broadcast. He's got some fantastic views of Scotland. He's over there in Edinburgh visiting from, he's originally from Vancouver, Canada. So I want to say thank you, Jeeves, for providing that footage there. It's real neat seeing the Scottish countryside. Okay, this is sort of a sad one, but on this day in 2004, I'm going to Glasgow tomorrow. Oh, okay. Okay, that should be interesting. On this day, the body of President Ronald Reagan arrived in Washington to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda before the 40th president's funeral. He's a great president. I liked him. He's when I first went into service, President Jimmy Carter was president. It wasn't really. I went in and after I got out of basic and my tech school and I got to my first assignment, and I was like, okay, this is okay. But then I'm looking around, it's like, man, everybody that I'm working with that had been in the military, is like, they don't feel like they want. It's still post. This is 1977, so it's still 4 years after Vietnam. There's people that just didn't want to be in the service. And I'm thinking, man, I don't think I'm going to stay in here after 4 years. Ronald Reagan became president. It's like somebody turned on the light switch. Everybody was proud to be in the air, be in the military, the service. It just, the attitude just changed around. We had, and I gotta say, I have in the past knocked President Carter, but I have a newfound respect for him as far as after watching some very interesting history concerning the hostage situation. It was perceived, and they're probably doing it today. Okay, a lot. I'm older, but I'm a lot wiser. But back then, I fed at the crap that was being pumped out back then by the Republicans, and I voted Republican. But it's just like he worked up till his last minute, midnight, when he was no longer the president, to get the hostages out. They bumbled the rescue attempt because they were trying to do the command and control in Washington, where they should have changed. I think it changed afterward. They gave field officers the right to make the decision and stuff like that. There's a lot of things going on there, and I know that firsthand because I guess I could say it. My kid brother, who was a Marine, a week before the accident happened, he was on the ground in Iran, from what I was told. And as far as prepping, as far as that goes, he was in the Marine. He was on the USS Nassau, which has been decommissioned and stuff like that. But they were preparing for that. Which makes, if you want to see my trip, go to my Instagram. Oh, go to Jeeves's Instagram page, Mr. Twix, Mr.Twix.xxz. I'll check that out after the broadcast, Jeeves. Okay. I'm not really that much of a Instagram guy. I post on there every once in a while, but it's a Facebook product, so I'm not really that much into the Facebook thing and stuff like that. But I know there's a lot of good pictures there, so I'll check that out, Jeeves. Okay. But when President Reagan became president, it's just like, and during the campaign, I guess they kept that low key. It was classified. They couldn't use that as far as he was working up to the date, and there was meetings going on and stuff like that, because in this bit of history, it was the Republican campaign during there. They said, "Oh, just keep that low until after the election." So it's sort of like the Biden son's laptop. They kept that information squashed, and then they came out after the fact. So it's the same thing. Both sides do it, as far as that goes. It could have had, if that would have came out about Jimmy Carter working up at that one picture of him in the Oval Office with all his, and they showed the clock, and I'm like, wow, he as much as he bumbled up some other stuff, he was trying to get things done. So I got to give him kudos for that. This current president, we'll just leave it at that. I don't have nothing to say, so say nothing, right? But God bless President Ronald Reagan. He was a good guy. Let's see, what else do we have? That's about it for the history on this day. Last night in baseball, the New York Yankees played a doubleheader, I see, on the scoreboard. Let's see, where are the scores? They're going to come in. Oh, geez, I got it all whacked out here. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Let's see, that's today. So last night, just to let you know, Jeeves, you probably already know, your Blue Jays beat up on the Astros, which is good. I love it, even if the Blue Jays I don't really care for the Astros. So, but the Yankees had a doubleheader with the White Sox. They lost the first game 6-5, but they won the second game 3-0. And our illustrious Mets, man, they can't get it done. They lost to the Braves again, is a high score, 10-13. I don't know what we're gonna do with the Mets, Tony. Yeah, that 10-3. They got 10 runs, but the Braves. I've been watching the highlights. Okay, so you're in tune with the. Okay, you're in tune. I just you come in here and I know you're watching, so I'm putting that in the mix. Okay, I'm not a Toronto fan, but I know you're a good friend, so I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and mention your baseball team. As far as for those people watching the replay, Jeeves, who is Mr. Twix, I've known him. This is the blab owl. People say, what is that creature? That this is an owl with a space hat around. This is from the Blab days. Blab was a God, that's got to go over 10 years ago. It actually put four people up four squares, which is commonplace now. But people just they say, what is Blab? Well, Blab, it was a live streaming platform similar to something called Haps. It's nothing new, but it's just the interaction you have with people and the discussions are that makes it phenomenal. The people that developed Blab, they're the ones that if everybody who's out there is using Discord, they're the ones that developed Discord. A lot of people don't realize a lot of people that work on the Discord team, they came out of Blab. Just an untold, not known fact, I guess, of Discord. I don't really use Discord. I've tried it a couple times. It's Discord to me, if I can equate it to something, because I've never been on that either. Well, I've looked at it, Mastodon. It's right here, and it's sort of like Tony D is on Airtime, which is another live streaming. It's a closed that you got to get permission to come in and stuff like that, unless it's pub. You can. I like openness. I don't like squashing people for no reason, as far as that goes. Unless you do have a reason. Why should I watch people that are not watching me? Why should I watch people that are putting up hoops to jump through? It's not worth it in the long run. So I just go around and move forward, and as far as that goes. So Discord is sort of like that. I look at it, it's just so busy. I like things simple. I'm a simple man. I like a simple workflow, as far as that goes. So I'm not sure what's going on with the New York Mets. Let's see what's the standings on these guys. Let's see the Jeeves, your Toronto Blue Jays. They're just behind they're 9.5 games out, but they're one game behind the Yankees, who are in third. The Baltimore Orioles are 6.5 games out. So the Rays, they're just eating it up in the American League East. Red Sox are in the basement. That's where they should be. I don't like the Red Sox. In the National League, the Braves, the Mets are way down, almost in the basement. They're 8.5 games out. The Braves are in first. Then you got the Marlins, Phillies, and the Mets and Nationals in the cellar. Let's see, where's the Astros at? Let's see, Astros. Where are the Astros? Are Astros National or American? I don't see. Are they American League? Oh, they are. Okay, they're in the American League West. Okay, I didn't realize that. I'm thinking of National. They're in second place in the American, behind the Rangers. Texas Rangers. Go Texas Rangers. Ooh, I like that. Their Astros are 5 games out, so I don't really care for the Astros. I like the Red Sox more than I like the Astros. I guess ever since that little World Series thing with them, it's just like I soured on the Astros. They should put an asterisk next to that World Series. When you get caught, you get caught. Let's see. This weekend we have some USFL action. We're in week 9 as far as that goes. You got the Michigan Panthers against the Pittsburgh Maulers. I don't see them making the playoffs. You got the Breakers, New Orleans Breakers against the Memphis Showboats. They're both 5-3. They got a possibility this week and next week. Birmingham Stallions, they're going to probably make the playoffs. They're 6-2. If they, let's see, could they lose? Yeah, if they lose, I don't see them losing the next 2. So the Gamblers, Houston Gamblers are 5-3. That should be a good game. Let's see. Yeah, Saturday games at 12 o'clock. Panthers Maulers. on Fox, and then on NBC at 3 o'clock is the Breakers Showboat. So that's the Saturday games. On Sunday, you got the Birmingham Stallions at 2 o'clock against the Houston Gamblers on NBC. And then the two Jersey teams, the Philadelphia Stars, which are 4-4, and the New Jersey Generals, they're not going to make the playoffs. They're 2-6. That's on Fox at 7. So you got this week, next week, and then we go into the playoffs. The NBA, there is a game tonight, and I will be watching it. I'm watching the finals. It's a good series. You got two good teams. It's interesting. It's 2-1 in favor of the Nuggets. We'll see tonight if they're down there in Miami. Can the Heat come back? The last game here, the Nuggets they won it. Miami has the capability of coming back, but they just couldn't overcome the Nuggets. They have some. The Nuggets were flat in the first. In the second game. First game, they came out like the barnstormers, but the second game, they were flat. They tied up the series, but the Nuggets won Monday, and now tonight they're going to go to see if the Nuggets can go 3-1 or it ties the series. So that game is on tonight on ABC at 8:30, so we'll be watching that as far as that goes. So that's about it as far as for this broadcast. Let's see, we've been on 54 minutes. Yeah, we can get done in under an hour here as far as that goes and see what happens. We got James Percy Aviation. He is on. He's on the Twitch here, so good seeing him up. He's probably flying his simulator as far as that goes. So we're going to probably go ahead and exit stage left here. Let's see, what am I going to do today? We're going to go for a walk, and I think the missus is going to go shopping. She feels up to where she can go out and about. She had some dental work done Monday, and she's actually drinking hot coffee. She said, before I came on the broadcast, I'm doing good. I'm drinking hot coffee now. So she's back drinking. She was drinking iced coffee here the last couple of days. Her dental work, she's getting a tooth done, and some of the dental work, it just swelled up her face a little bit and stuff like. Usually that's what happens when you go to a dentist. They just they get that Novocaine and stuff like that. And as far as that goes, so let's see. I know, Tony, you're getting ready to go into work unless you're at work already. You went in early again. Yeah, he surprised me. I think it was Monday. Or was it Wednesday? One of those 2 days you said, maybe it was Monday because I was on. Yeah, it is a Monday or Wednesday. I just know you said you were already in at work at 4 o'clock. I go, man, you're just making me tired. So shift starts at 6. Oh, you start that early? Holy crap. Okay, so you're just getting into work and stuff like that. So just be safe. Early is 4 o'clock. Wow. Like I said, I just when I was working. Our shift started at, it was about at 10 minutes of 8 we would start, and we get done at 10 minutes before 4 as far as that goes. And oddly enough, the whole 17 years, when I first got hired at this, where I just left, initially I was supposed to go on second shift, and they wanted me to stay because of my background and stuff like that. The then current manager, who's retired several years back, I remember I was just getting done with my first week of orientation. It was 2 weeks of orientation back then. Now it's no orientation. They just say, hey, here's the job, go do it. It's like, what? It takes you a month to get acclimated. But I got called in, I guess, on my last week of orientation. We'll leave it at that. And said, well, we got something where we got somebody who wants to go on the second shift, and you're slated for the second shift. And because your background and stuff, I think it'd be more advantageous for the team here if you be on first shift. And you can let the missus know, because he knew I as far as I'd always make major decisions. When I make a major decisions, I would converse with the missus, and he go, and I just went when he said, my jaw drop was like, I believe I'm going on first shift and I'm just starting, because when I got interviewed and I was looking at the job, it looked like the first shift were all seasoned individuals. Okay, they had been there for a while and stuff. And I just go to him. I said, you know what? On this one, I don't think I need her permission. I said, I can start. I can go on. If the other guy wants to switch, I'm more than happy to accommodate. And I still couldn't believe it. So I was on days for 17 years and stuff like that. And it was after my 6th year, my last 11 years, I ended up, because of retirements and all that, and because I knew what the frick I was doing, I became the big toe, so to speak, on the shift. If you ever know that analogy from Stripes, Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray. Or was it just Bill Murray? I don't think Dan Aykroyd was in that movie, but it was Bill Murray, Stripes, where that's an old classic there, Stripes. I love that movie. It's funny. John Candy was in the movie also. That was funny. But I was the big toe. I was the leader for that. Actually, I was the one that I wasn't afraid to make a decision and stuff, which I made some wrong decisions, but they weren't that serious and stuff like that. But it was all good. So, but we, I remember in the Air Force when I first started. It was 24 hours. We were on duty 24 hours at the crash house, and then off duty 24. And then at my first duty assignment, everybody had to take a turn up in the fire alarm communication center, the alarm room, and that was on swings. You did 3 months days, 3 months, or 3 weeks days, 3 weeks swings, and then 3 weeks midnights. And I think you had to do like 2 cycles or something, and then you came back on shift. I hated the midnights because back then all you had was Armed Forces radio. You didn't have TV back in 78, 79 overseas. It's just like, unless you wanted to watch the one Italian black and white channel you can get with the rabbit ears. They didn't have cable back then. It would come a long way since then. So, okay. Oh, we popped over an hour. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and exit stage left here, folks. I want to say thank you to Tony D for coming into the broadcast in the chat. I want to say thank you, Tim Fan. Thank you, Mr. Twix Jeeves, who's over there in Scotland, finishing up his trip there. Thank you very much for being here in the chat. It's always appreciated. Armed Forces TV was a savior. Yeah, when they had the TV, Tony, yeah, I remember that. The second time when I went to Italy at Aviano, they did have the Armed Forces TV, but the first time, you were on your own. Armed Forces Radio. Who knows? The Shadow knows. That was one of the programs on Armed Forces Radio. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and exit. Yes, take care. Later, everyone. Yeah, you too, Jeeves. I say thank you for watching, and it means a lot as far as that goes. And if you're watching this on the replay, that means a lot too. Thank you very much. Well, we're going to go ahead and get our day started here, and those people that are working today, get through the day, because the weekend is here. You can kick back and play. That's what I plan on doing, playing. All right, folks, this is Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, here on the Twitch, at Fireman Rich over there on Twitter. Give me a follow, or else just check out my stream there. That's where I put all my links to good stuff, and one of those is doing the Twitch broadcasts right here on Twitch. And also over on Twitter, I told myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast. In other words, I like playing on this thing called the internet. I got to incorporate that somewhere at the end. I love that saying. That's my tagline there, I guess, at the end. All right, folks, you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks a lot, guys, in the chat. Appreciate it. You have a great day. Don't have a good day. Have a great day. Later.